Hello! Okay, as promised, here I am. I've come back once again to show you 40k players how easy Age of Sigmar is because we're so much better than everyone. So, this is going to be like a how to play Age of Sigmar coming from 40k. This is the first video in the mini-series, so this is going to be like a post-game deciders and stuff. So, as I said in my last video, which will be in the link, is that you can use a lot of models as like substitutes and stuff to decide what you're going to play. At the moment, the Stormcasts are getting a very big buff. They're like the Space Marines, really. So you can just use Space Marines, paint them gold, and make them kind of like Stormcast. There are some Custodes, which I'm currently using as like makeshift Stormcasts. I've got just this guy here. I'm using him as like an Exorcist. You know, I'm using this guy as Hammer Hand. There's loads of different models out there, which I'm sure you've got kind of something to makeshift. You don't need to buy any models yet. If you got the funds to spare, they have got some like start collecting boxes for like £15, where you get like free models in, just so you can, if you really haven't got anything that'll work. But I'm sure you'll be able to find something. Just use dice if you must. It won't look as fun, to be honest. Okay, and I've got Tzeentch because I play Tzeentch in Thousand Suns. It's my main army in 40k. Yeah. Okay, so what you're going to need is you're going to need some dice, a tape measure, and you're going to need some war scrolls. This is one of the biggest differences. So this is like what will be in your codex from 40k. You don't need to go out and buy one. However, they have got, if you start liking it, they have got things like these. So this is the Discipline of Tzeentch War Scroll card. I bought this yesterday. And it just has all of your guys' stat lines and stuff in it from your War Scroll. It also has some really cool stuff. So it has like these cards here, and then like when you're casting spells or using special abilities, you can just pop them out and stick them on people, just so it's a bit easier to play. It's kind of nice. However, they are all free. Yes, Games Workshop has released something for free on their website, which I'll stick a link in. So you've got all your codexes and a copy of the core rules on Games Workshop at the moment. They've already done a small FAQ for some of the Age of Sigmar stuff, and some of the stuff's been changed, so the core rules are mostly correct. Yep, thanks Games Workshop for making it very straightforward. If you're watching this in like a couple of months, they would have definitely updated it from there. Okay, so what you do is, to get started, so I'm assuming you've gone online, you found some of your war scrolls, you've got your need. So before you start, you can pay points for command points. Command points aren't like command points in 40k. This is a big difference. So a command point you can use to, when you're advancing, say you rolled a 3 like that, you could then go, right, well, I'm spending my command point, and now it's a 6, so you can now advance to 6. Or you can just immediately go, right, they're advancing 6. Also, say you lost loads and loads and loads and loads of units, and they're definitely going to fail morale. You can go, right, I'll spend my command point and I'm going to auto pass morale. Also, you can use I think it's called a command ability. Yes, you can use a command ability. So I have a Lord of Change here. His command ability is you can add one to all the casting and unbinding rolls for friendly to Tzeentch demon wizards that are within 18 inches of the Lord of Change. So that's alright, so it's just +1 to your casting and denying the witch. That's what unbinding is. So you know, look at what your models have and stuff. And you can use more than one command point on that ability per time. So if you saved, you get a command point every turn. So if you saved your command point from like your last turn, you can then, you know, double buff them with like 2 different abilities from 2 like captains or commanders and stuff. Right, so the way setup is declared is you roll 2 dice. No, you don't. So you roll a dice. So I've got I've got yellow here for yellows, and I got blue here for blues. Well, they're pinks, but you know. So, Stormcast yellow, blue is Zinch. So you roll off with your opponent, and if you get doubles, you roll off again. And if you get doubles again, you keep rolling off. There we go. Okay, so Zinch finally won. With a free. So Zinch gets to set up and then have their first turn. So this is quite interesting. So you set up your models. I'm just using Pink Horrors and a Lord of Change here for show. There you go, and then you would set up, and then your opponent would set up. So you have the advantage of choosing who you want to go first, but at the same time, your opponent can go, right, well, he's got that Lord of Change there, so I'm going to get, I'm going to make sure my sorcerer is close enough to deny. I'm going to get this person, he's going to charge around and mount the Lord of Change from behind. And these guys are going to just come and just destroy the Pink Horrors. So they can kind of counter build to, whatever you designed. Which again is just a bit more tactically fun instead of just working with just one, then one, then one, then one. And it makes it a little bit faster as well, because you can just set everything up. And you're getting the first turn. Okay. The next turn, you roll off again. And then whoever wins, so Zinch would have won again. Zinch would have got another turn after both turns have gone. So you can get double turns. Say the Stormcast got the 6. The Stormcast would then have a double turn, which is very powerful. Which is kind of cool because you don't know how you're going to be playing, and you don't know how you can't really plan for as much, which still makes it very interesting. So they're kind of the key post-battle. They're kind of the key pre-post-battle information you need to know. One very big difference, however, is probably say you're setting up the Pink Horrors, and you're setting them like that. Right. Say you took 2 mortal wounds and you took those 2. Because they're not within 3 inches of each other, you just have to get rid of one of them, so they're all slain. So yes, make sure everyone's within each other, and when you pick to remove your units, you're keeping them in consolidation, or you're going to lose a lot of models, and it is not very fun. That's to keep your main guys, so that's my flag bearer and that's my leader. So you keep them next to each other, so you can choose, where they're going. So that's the main thing. Next video we're going to be looking at the first phase in actually playing the game, which will be the hero phase. So see you then.